Well, it wasn't going to be a cook a pork butt day today, but since my kids decided to wake up extra early, it's like 5:30 in the morning, so I decided to do some pork butt. As you can see, what I got going on right here is a pork butt that I took out of the package. It's got the bone inside of it, and I rinsed it off in the sink. You know, sometimes you might have a little bit of odor, not necessarily meaning it's bad, but rinse it off. I wiped it off with paper towel. I did not trim it in any capacity whatsoever. I did not inject it with marinade or anything. So for reference, I am a KCBS barbecue judge and competitor. So I might inject this, marinate it, brine it, you know, trim it for a competition, get the money muscle ready. But you are not going to do that because you are just starting out in cooking. So we're really going to concentrate on just getting the cook done appropriately. I took a store-bought seasoning and covered the pork butt with it. Get your favorite seasoning, make your own. I usually make my own all the time, but for this video, I was like, hey, I'll use something that's already made. So I'm using Dirty South Barbecue Hot Mama's Rub. I've used their regular mild before, which is fantastic, but we're going to try the hot stuff today. So I will meet you at the smoker, and I'll let you see why I have this rack out right here. So stay tuned. All right, so we just put the meat on the smoker. I got it set for 250, but I know it rolls around 235, 240 degrees. I am not here to debate what smoker you should use. I also have this big backwoods competitor, which I use real logs and charcoal to use. It's manual labor, all that fun stuff. But today, I've got the family inside. I want to kind of just cook it and kind of forget about it, so I'm using my Rectech pellet smoker. Let's go inside and see what we got. Like I said, I just put it on. There it is. I am cooking it over a pan with just water. That's it. Some people use all kinds of aromatics and ingredients. I am not doing that. As you can see, I got the rub on. It's probably been in there 5 minutes. It's a little tacky because the moisture of the pork is kind of getting the rub all nice and glistening. I'm going to close this up, and I'm probably not even going to look at this for another 4 or 5 hours. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, it's been about 4 hours, so usually I'll let it go even a little more before I even look at it, but, you know, I want to take a look, see how it's rocking. That's looking pretty good. I have done absolutely nothing to it. Oh, look at that little juice coming out right there, oh, baby. All right, so it's been 4 hours. We still got plenty of water in there. I'm not even putting a temperature probe in it just yet. I know it's still going to take a while. One of the things I think I forgot to mention is I did it with the fat side up. If you get a pork butt, usually there's one side with a lot of fat over the top. I did that fat side up because I have a pan underneath. The heat is actually coming on top and over. So that's almost like a little bit of protection. And maybe in another 2 hours, if some of this seasoning isn't kind of dissolved, I might actually spray it a little bit with either some water and apple juice, just to get it a little glazy. So we're gonna keep it going. Okay, we are at about the 6 hour mark. So I got my squirt bottle out here. We're gonna take a look what we got going on. Looking pretty good. I also put a probe in there. We're at about 151 degrees on the inside. We're probably going to take this to about 205 maybe. We'll see how it goes, how it looks. As you can see on there, still got some little crumbs. So what I'm going to do, I got a squirt bottle, half apple juice, half water, and then I actually did top it off with some apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to literally spray the meat. This is going to help develop some bark because there is sugar in what I'm spraying. This will help keep it a little more moist. You know, get in there as good as you can. I might do this once every hour if I remember. unless I'm getting pretty lazy. So yeah, looks like we're doing good at hour 6. Meat's looking delicious, glistening. Rock and roll. All right, we are about the 9-hour mark. I've been hovering at 161 degrees for about 2.5, 3 hours. That's sometimes known as the stall. Sometimes the temperature just does not go up much at all. It looks like we are looking pretty darn tasty. I am gonna watch the color. It is starting to get a little dark. Not too bad, but it's getting there, so I'm going to keep watching it. I might wrap it in foil if it starts getting too dark. So, looks like we're doing good so far. Let's see if I poke this. Yeah, we're doing good. All right, the meat is finally done. It's 10:30. It was 14.5 hours. This was a 7-pound pork butt. I didn't inject it. I didn't do any of that fun stuff, but I recommend figuring out how to cook it first and then dealing with all of the seasonings and rubs and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm just going to play with this, and hopefully it turned out pretty good. So it looks pretty good. Let's see. All right, here's a good test. I'm gonna pull some meat from over here. Yeah. That doesn't look half bad. Look at that. That's not even injected, and look how juicy that is. That's ridiculous. Excellent work. Pink here, that's the smoke. This is going to be delightful. And it was like 3 things. I got a pork butt, I rinsed it, I bought a rub from a store, I put it in a smoker and cooked it until it was done. That is all I did, and this is how it turned out. It's so easy. You could do it too. That is glistening. Does this bone come out? Here, let's see. Oh, that's pretty clean. I've had it pull out a little cleaner before, but that's okay. Cool. And that's it. We're gonna eat this now. Bye.